Here, in House Anwon. She spends most of her time by poor young Mallion's sickbed. Do help my lady if you can.
Oh, excuse me.
My son Mallion is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwon blood has bent beneath no malady in generations. No, Mallion was poisoned, I am sure. Our line is ancient. However, if my son Mallion is not cured, we shall wither, and the weeds of wyvern gift grasp ever higher. His father died in the Battle of Galliffer Plain, his sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping away from me. It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. The day was won, and my husband lost. The wyverns were of respected and decent lineage, though their wealth was not great. Then the merchant's Gif bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. They have mixed sea wash with fine wine. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear. Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan Wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. It is an herb with natural properties. It is not strictly alchemy, and it does not cure a poison. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Mallion will still need an antidote before he is fully well. The wetlands of Acatha. Find it and bring it to my son with all due haste. Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
A state.
Nice day. Don't ruin it.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Find her in all Amalur. So many new faces in the market these days.
Refugees aren't welcome here.
Tuatha, Sealy, they're all the same.
Refugees aren't welcome.
Now, sir, I'm sure it will all be sorted out with time.
That ship sails tomorrow at dawn.
Welcome. Relax and rest a while.
A moment, love. I'll be right with you.
Well, what ails you? This part of the officers' hall's my domain. I pass fresh recruits before we send them off, and treat them when they return. The ones from Cluricon are the worst. Missing or rotting limbs, the pox, that sort of thing. There's no disease or curse or super-rating wound I haven't seen 1,000 times in Cluricon, so don't be shy, and try not to whine. Have you been? Foul land, rank as a cruddock's breath, and bleak as the northern sea, and that's without the damn Tuatha.
All right then.
The burn's for army use, not civilians.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
The Lapidus, you have it?
Goodness.
Oh, I've been having such awful dreams. Insects crawling, dark things closing in. How long has it been? Feels like days. Days? Has it really? That does explain my back. And my head. Poison? Ah, I remember. A bottle of rather good wine was delivered. A gift, you know. I thought I'd have a sip. And then... where is it now? It seems to have rolled under the bed. No one noticed, I suppose. You have it. It's a clue, after all. Mother must have been so worried. Did I just fall asleep and stay that way? After my sisters died in Cluracan, I wasn't allowed to even train for fighting. All Anwon's posterity hangs upon me. I understand that. Both Cassin and Willow were much older, and I remember them as tall and fearsome and fair. They had been dead for more of my life than alive. I feel so foolish now. A gift left at our door, and without a thought, I simply drank it. Forgive me. Still a bit foggy, I'm afraid. I recall Onfay bringing in the wine. It looked good, so I thought I'd have a sip. Then, darkness. Our oldest house servant. She's as devoted to us as... well, as if we were her own children. Do send for Mother if you would.
He has wakened? Thank Lyria. Here is your gold, but this matter is not yet settled. Find whoever did this, and far more gold shall be yours. The poison came in a gift of wine? Show it to Apothecary Rawani, down in the Pryderi. With luck, she can tell us the poison. Perhaps the poisoner. Thanks to you, Mallion will recover, and House Anwon shall thrive. The Lapidus has revived him, yet until we have antidote, he is not saved. And while the poisoner is unknown, neither is House Anwon. You will find her at the Spire base in the Pryderi. Present the poisoned wine to her. If anyone can help now, she can.
You look familiar. House Kent, I'd wager.
Mind your step.
I have tinctures, filters, unguents, and balms. An alarming question. Allow me. Yes, it is surely royal winds. Few possess such a compound. I am one. Lyria! What is more, I sold a phial of it recently to a servant of old Einar Abagast. This is terrible. I will send an antidote at once, but someone must do something. Go to the city watch. Speak with Fabian Tiern, at once! I knew his face because he has come to me for various other alchemical items over the years. And I've seen him once, exiting Arbogast's door. The famous hermit of the Keys. Though his merchant business thrives, it is said he has not left his home in years. The compound is extremely rare, as it comes only from the lands south of the southern Phalanx. It's a devious poison, as you've seen. In far smaller doses, it is used by North Sea captains who must stand at the wheel for days unsleeping, lest they be sunk by floating ice. Rathir's city guards, haven't you seen them? Leave my store and head left through the Pederi. Find Favian Tiernan and tell him what I've told you. Fear not, I will have the antidote sent immediately.
Do not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
That's 5 gold over market. Over common sense.
Have a look.
Friend, do you know the costs?
This is the City Watch. Do you have a crime to report? Or any other matter? Think of the Watch as the right hand of the Orbicont. We keep the prison, keep the peace amongst the people. To be honest, crimes in Rathir are uncommon, outside the lower tunnels at any rate. An occasional drunken brawl among Varani, disputes between merchants, that is all. I can hardly believe the news, but the captain of the watch is gone. That means I will be captain soon enough. The Wending, where the poor live, extends into tunnels carved in the rock. Crimes there are hard to police, and the tunnels run deep. Thieves and the like will vanish there and re-emerge when we are gone. The council which governs Rathir. No one knows who is on the council, though you may see their palace atop the spire. They are cloaked in robes and shadows, but do not concern yourself with that. Poison? I'd heard the boy was ill, but that is a bit far-fetched. I'll send 1 or 2 of the watch. You should meet them with these accusations at Agarth's house. Yes, and by Alfar law, you, the accuser, must be present. We don't take accusations against the great houses lightly. Good then.
Curios, talismans, items of power. Curios, talismans, items of power.
Goods for sale.
The watch sees all in Rathir.
A prayer for our troops.
Ah, here they come. He was a good servant. I knew him all his life, and now I have brought that life to a sweet and dutiful end. It was as he wished, though I know you will disbelieve me. I tell you no lies. No, it was not him. He was my disciple, but it was I and I alone who began the work of death. There would have been more death. But no matter. Balin's testament burns bright this day. Why? Balin is the god of death, of endings. His testament is simply that all that live must die. And I am his priest. If Coriana had not slighted my love those years ago, if she had not drowned my green spring in barren snow, her house not flourished while my soul withered, I would never have known the beauty of death, the words of Balin. I resolved my gift would start with her, but now I see my time has come. I welcome Balin's embrace.
This way. You may go. I will report to the watch.
Do not miss Leocrif's many marvels.
It is done? Was he... Here, take this, and I must make a confession. I nearly married Einar Abergast many years ago. My parents forbade it. I knew it was wrong, that he didn't deserve to be treated so. The follies of youth. I never dreamed he would grow so bitter and turn to that dark cult. Never. Sometimes I think, if I had married him, I now would be no better than the wyvern Gif. And in the years since I broke our vows, I have had my own share of tragedy and loss. Yet I have not let it ruin me, but such is life in House Anwon. Rawani's antidote was true. He will improve. I have lost his father and his sisters to the war, but I shall not lose him.
No entry, I'm afraid.
Welcome.
City Watch, be on your way.
Students of magic, masters of spells. Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer ordinary or illustrious? Leary. Light guide. Curios, clasps, staves, and robes, all. Of the highest quality. Go forth, live boldly, then return to me. Students of magic, masters of spells.
Do you seek answers?
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. Good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding an old friend of ours. Old Fomorous Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, it's bound to be the gnome who brought you back to life. I've been asking around and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might be able to help find Hughes. All gnome scholars have a Templar who sponsors their research, and apparently Hughes' sponsor, Templar Acathan, is desperate to find him. Go southwest to the Hollowlands and Detir. Acathan will be waiting there to discuss how you might reach Hughes.